Have you ever wondered if the deepest secrets of the universe weren't first discovered in some high-tech lab, but thousands of years ago through meditation? Well, today we're diving into a mind-bending idea that connects them both: quantum Buddhahood. I mean, really think about that for a second. What if the bizarre, totally counterintuitive world of quantum physics is just now catching up to insights that Eastern philosophy has had for millennia? That's the wild possibility we're exploring today. To really get this, we gotta go back. You see, for as long as we've been around, humanity has basically been on two different quests to figure out what in the world is going on. On one side, you've got the outer quest. That's science, right? Pointing telescopes at the stars, smashing atoms to see what's inside, basically trying to map out the building blocks of the universe. But then there's the inner quest. This is where traditions like Buddhism come in, using tools like meditation to explore the depths of the mind. They seem like polar opposites, but here's the kicker. They're both chasing the exact same thing. So what connects these two epic journeys? What's the bridge? Well, it turns out to be maybe the biggest puzzle of all: consciousness itself. How does any of this, the universe, our thoughts, our feelings, actually get experienced? In science, they actually call this the hard problem. And it really is. We can map every single neuron firing in your brain when you see the color red, but we have absolutely no idea how that flurry of electrical activity creates the feeling, the actual subjective experience of redness. It's this massive gap in our understanding, and it's right where these two quests meet. Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. What happens when we hold up a mirror between these two quests? When we reflect the wild discoveries of quantum physics against the ancient insights of Buddhist philosophy? Well, the parallels are nothing short of astonishing. So let's start with a big one: impermanence, or anicca. A central idea in Buddhism is that reality is in a constant state of flux. Nothing is permanent. Everything changes. Now, listen to what quantum physics says. That chair you're sitting on? It feels solid, right? But at the subatomic level, it's not solid at all. It's a vibrating, shimmering dance of energy fields with particles literally popping in and out of existence all the time. Both paths arrive at the exact same conclusion. We live in a universe of pure, non-stop flow.
And that idea of flow leads us straight to the concept of emptiness, or shunyata. Now, this is a big one, because people hear emptiness and they think nothingness. But that's not it, not even close. In both Buddhism and quantum physics, this emptiness is actually a space of pure, infinite potential. Take the quantum vacuum. We used to think it was just an empty void, but now we know it's a seething ocean of energy, where particles can just emerge out of nowhere. Shunyata is describing the very same thing, a fundamental potential from which all of reality springs.
This leads to what might be the most startling parallel of all: oneness. Buddhist philosophy has always taught that everything is deeply interconnected. Well, get ready for quantum entanglement. It's this bizarre phenomenon where you can link two particles together and then separate them by millions of miles. The very instant you do something to one of them, the other one responds instantly. Even Einstein thought it was weird. He called it spooky action at a distance. It shows us that on a fundamental level, separation is just an illusion. The universe is a single, unbroken whole.
And look, this wasn't just some fringe idea. Even Albert Einstein, one of the pillars of modern physics, saw this. He recognized this profound harmony between the scientific worldview and the philosophical framework that Buddhism laid out centuries ago.
So, these parallels are way more than just cool philosophical trivia. If they're true, they have massive implications for every single one of us right here, right now. This is where it gets personal. It suggests that our own minds are the labs where these quantum principles are playing out every single day. Okay, prepare to have your mind bent a little, because this is the observer effect. In the quantum world, before you look at a particle, it doesn't have a definite location. It exists as a wave of pure possibility. It could be anywhere. But the moment you observe it, that wave of possibilities collapses into one single definite reality. The act of looking doesn't just see reality, it seems to help create it. Just stop and think about what that means for a second. If your conscious observation can shape reality on a tiny quantum level, what do you think it's doing to the reality inside your own head? It implies that your attention is a powerful force. Where you choose to place it doesn't just change your perspective, it can literally start to reshape the physical reality of your own brain. And guess what? We see this proven in modern neuroscience. It's called neuroplasticity. The best way to think about it is this: your repetitive thoughts are like streams of water carving grooves into the landscape of your brain. They create deep neural pathways.
But practices like meditation, they allow you to consciously direct that water to carve new pathways. By focusing your attention, you are physically building new connections, literally using your mind to change your brain. It's the observer effect in action, right inside your skull.
But this isn't just about personal growth. If these principles are real, they offer a completely new blueprint for how we can tackle some of our biggest collective problems.
Let's look at the real-world implications here. Take social justice. If we truly get that social constructs like race or caste are empty of any fixed, inherent reality, like Shunyata suggests, then the systems of injustice built on top of them start to look pretty flimsy. They're revealed as man-made stories, and if we made them, we can unmake them. Or think about AI. As we build these incredibly powerful artificial minds, this framework tells us we can't just feed them data, we have to program them with wisdom. How do we make sure we don't create algorithmic karma, systems that just amplify our own biases and cause harm at lightning speed? It means our own inner wisdom has to evolve just as fast as our technology. And that brings us to the final and most important question of all. If the act of conscious attention really does play a part in collapsing all the infinite possibilities into the one reality we experience, then the world we all share is something we are all creating together right now. So the question is, what kind of reality are we going to choose to create?